This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today I want to share with you guys about the time of day that you have the capacity to be the most effective, and that is the morning. And I'll explain why. I've actually been thinking about this recently, partly because my wife has been struggling to go to sleep at night. I've also had a couple of clients who've been struggling to sleep at night, and I'm kind of like, why? Why are they struggling? And I was kind of going through, because I haven't been struggling with my sleep for a long time. Like, when I go to sleep, I put my head to the pillow, I tie that, like, lights out immediately. And this also happens if I lay down to take a nap during the day. I just, naps out, lights out, I'm just done. And that's fantastic. This is how you want your sleep to be. You don't want to lay in bed and basically just lay there and struggle to sleep. Like, that sucks because it has no purpose and it's wasteful because you're just laying there. You want to use the time in your bed effectively so that you're ready to go early in the morning and make it happen, right? So that started, and I was thinking about these clients, and I was like, you know what? What I figured out is that the body needs pretty much 8 hours. I mean, some people need 7, some people need 9, some people claim that they need a lot less than 7, but I'm like, really? We're humans, we're all pretty much the same. Yes, for a short period of time, we can do a lot of crazy stuff, but consistently over a long period of time, it's 8 hours. You don't want to rob your body of the sleep. Like, I heard even one quote from the sleep expert guy in terms of athletes, like the best athletes. He was talking about LeBron James and things like that. After their massive games, they would sleep for 12 hours on purpose for restitution. For restitution purposes, not because they were tired, not because they felt they needed to relax or whatever, for muscle recovery. And the better sleep that athletes had, statistics showed that the less injuries they would get throughout the season. It was insane, and it was completely linked to their sleep. So what I'm basically saying here is that if we take 8 hours as the basis, that means that 16 hours, that's what you're supposed to be awake. So, how do you fix the problem of you not being able to sleep at night? Is simply because you sleep in the morning. That's the problem. And in fact, it's the only problem. So, let's say, for example, you wake up at 8 every morning and you're like, yeah, that's what I've been doing for years and years and years. Maybe you don't have a job, or maybe you just go to a job that starts at 9, or whatever it is. If you wake up at 8 every single day, your body will not want to sleep before midnight. 16 hours, 8 to midnight, and your body will be saying, oh, okay, I'm getting tired now I want to sleep at midnight. Understand that the hours before midnight have twice the value, okay, this is just my opinion, not backed by science or anything like that, but just if you sleep the hours before midnight, in my opinion, they're twice worth the hours after midnight, okay? In terms of the value you get from it, the restitution, the recovery that you get from that sleep. So, the best thing would be if you could consistently manage to wake up at 6:30 is what I recommend, or 6 o'clock. If we now know that it's 16 hours, if you wake up at 6 o'clock, your body will say, you know what, at 10 o'clock, I'm tired. And once you actually put your head to the pillow at 10 o'clock, lights out, you're gonna be gone for the next 8 hours, and then you're gonna wake up at 6 o'clock because you got your alarm clock, and then you wake up at 6, and then you'll have no problem sleeping at 10. Now, in the beginning, you're just gonna be tired, and you're still not gonna be able to sleep at 10. However, over time, it's going to get better. It gets worse before it gets better, and that's the same thing when it comes to your sleep routine. This is also my opinion. A lot of guys say that, oh, but you know, I'm a night person, I'm a night owl. For me, that schedule doesn't work because I feel so much better when I'm awake late, and that's where I'm most productive. And then in the mornings, that's where I basically sleep in. Don't fall for that trap, don't fall for that temptation of believing that your body and that your hormones or your blood's whatever type is different from all the others. The best brains work the best in the mornings. And I'll explain to you why. I was checking out the measuring of testosterone, and one of the tests for measuring your testosterone is to do a blood test. Okay, so they take a blood test from you and they figure out if something, if you have a high level of testosterone, low levels of testosterone, whatever. And then I was looking at the reason why it is highly recommended that you get the testosterone test in the morning. The reason why is because your testosterone is higher than at any point in time for the rest of the day in the morning. Between the hours of 4 to 8, at least that's what they said. You could also interpret it as between 6 and 10. But those are the hours that you have the most testosterone, the time that you should be the most motivated and have the most capacity to work and to do your best brain labor. Okay? Combine this with your sleeping schedule. If you have a bad sleeping schedule where you wake up every single day at 10 o'clock or at 8 o'clock or whatever it is, you're missing out on the most testosterone-filled parts of your day when you could be the most effective. And that's what I recommend, that if you have a wrong sleeping routine, that you change it. Again, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but what happens if you do change it? It becomes a routine. A sleep routine that makes it so that you never, ever, ever again have problems sleeping at night because you fixed it by waking up early in the morning every single day. There will be off days when you just need to sleep in a little bit more, or you take a nap during the day, the early parts of the day. But for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, don't allow yourself to take that nap simply because you want your body to reboot to the point where you're so massively tired at night that you're not even thinking about anything else. You don't care about anything else. You don't even want to see your phone, your screen, your TV, nothing. My head is going to go on that pillow, lights out. For those first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, until your sleep schedule is fixed, and it will allow you to wake up early, fired up in the morning, and get to work and use your most effective time on the most important things in your life. I experienced the benefits of doing this when I was away from my wife. Now, see, this was a positive thing for me. I was fired up outside my brain about being away from my wife, even though we kind of overkilled it by being 4.5 months apart. Since she was in America, I was in Norway. But, we're come back together now, and I don't get the same benefits because she does need some quality time with me after the kids have gone to bed. But I'm just sharing with you the experience that I had while I was living in Norway and what bliss I was living by myself and allowing myself to have my sleeping schedule and my sleep routine. And the way it went was me preparing to go to bed at 8 o'clock, head on the pillow at 8:30, and waking up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning with the sunlight. Man, it was an absolute blast. There's no point waking up at 4:30 in the morning for a short spurt of time, a frenzied outburst of emotion where you're trying to be most effective that you can possibly be. There's no point of doing that if you don't go to bed at 8:30. The discipline is to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. Go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. The moment you've solved this problem, you've solved the sleeping schedule, you've created a daily schedule. The secret of your success, your long-term and short-term success, is found in your daily schedule. The secret of your success is found in your daily schedule. If you wake up at the same time every single day and you get small wins or even big wins in the early hours of the day, it just pumps you up, fires you up for the rest of the day. This is the time when you get your exercise done. This is the time when you get your phone calls done or emails done. Phone calls? Seriously, the best time to call anyone is between the hours of 8 and 10. They've just gotten to work, they've just finished their breakfast, everyone's, ready to work, and they answered the phone. Even at 7 in the morning, a lot of guys are actually on the road in their car and take phone calls. It's perfect, okay? This is the time that you can do the things that are most difficult to do, but if you do them, it's gonna revolutionize every single process that you're doing in your life. Reason why? Testosterone. Your testosterone levels are the highest in the wee hours of your day. Make massive use of it by putting together a correct sleeping schedule and allow that habit to ingrain into your life so that you get tons of other habits throughout your day as well. This is the Men of High Value channel. As you can see, we talk about a lot of awesome things when it comes to personal development, effectivity, and success. One of those things is seed retention. You combine this with this awesome habit of waking early in the morning to be most effective, and then sleeping at night, having an amazing sleeping schedule, getting rid of stimulants completely in your life, postponing women completely until you've figured out yourself and figure out your financials, setting up your foundation for the rest of your life, and understanding the woman. All of these things we share on this channel. It's definitely gonna revolutionize your life. I love this channel. I love you guys. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next one.